step into the most powerful combat vehicle ever developed, the battle mech. Battle mechs are massive, weighing up to 100 tons, and are capable of speeds exceeding 150 kph. A typical battle mech has enough firepower to take down almost any conventional opponent in seconds. That kind of power comes with a lot of responsibility, so I expect you to take your training very seriously.
Yes, sir. I'm prepared to accept that responsibility.
I'll be the judge of that. I've heard a lot of good things about you, but there's one thing I need to make sure you understand. Once you and I step inside the base, you're just another rookie pilot, and that's how I'm going to treat you. You follow my orders, and everything works out fine. You're now in the cockpit of a battle mech known as the Shadow Cat. She's not the biggest mech around, but she's fast, and she packs quite a punch. Alright, ready to go?
Yes, sir.
Good. I put your mech on autopilot. Just sit back, and it'll take you to the first training area automatically.
Whoa! Whoa! Not again. Why do I always get the jokers in my squad?
This is the first training area. We're going to start things out simply. The first thing any mech pilot needs to learn is how to use the throttle. You'll notice the bar at the bottom of your display. This indicates your current movement speed. As you move forward, the bar will move higher, indicating forward progress. From where you're standing, I want you to accelerate past the second tower in front of you, and then come to a... Good. Now I want you to do the same thing, backwards. Reverse your throttle, and your Shadow Cat will walk backwards to your original starting position. Your speed indicator turns blue whenever you're moving backward. Good. Feel free to play with the throttle until you get comfortable with it. When you're ready for the next lesson, walk up to the second tower again. Now we're going to try turning the mech. From where you're standing, turn all the way around until you're facing the other direction. Good. Now I want you to turn around until you're looking directly at my mech. Good. Now I want you to walk back to the first tower, and when you get there, turn to your left, circle around the tower, and walk back to me facing in the other direction. Good. I can see you're getting the hang of it. Now you need to master nav points. You'll notice a compass at the top of your display. This indicates your current orientation. Just beneath the compass is your nav point indicator. A nav point indicates a destination you need to reach. I've added a nav point to your display. I want you to guide your mech to nav point Alpha, and then come to a stop when you reach it. Good. You made it to Alpha. Now I want you to walk to nav point Beta. Excellent. Now during a mission, you may have several nav points active at any given time, and it's important to know how to switch between them. So I want you to switch your current nav point to nav point Alpha again, and then switch back to Beta. Okay, that was the easy part. Now comes the hard part. Every battle mech is equipped with a torso that can operate independently of the rest of the vehicle. Mastering the torso controls will be critical to your success as a mech pilot. I've locked your mech controls to stop you from moving, so we can focus on controlling your torso. You'll notice that I'm moving your torso left and right to demonstrate what this should look like. Take a look at the two green bars next to your target reticle. The lower horizontal bar indicates your current torso angle. As you turn your torso left and right, the green line you're looking at will... Good. Now torso twist so you have the other tower in your sights. Now that you've got the hang of torso twisting, we're going to combine it with movement. I want you to do a full circle counterclockwise around the tower on the left, while keeping it in your sights. Watch me and I'll show you what this should look like. Alright, now it's your turn. First, turn your torso to the left until you have the tower in your sights. Once you've done that, accelerate just enough so that you can walk around the tower in a circle without taking your sights off of it. Do not turn your throttle to full speed. Not bad. Now I want you to try the same thing around the other tower. Let's move out. In the top right corner of your display, you'll see a weapons indicator. This shows every weapon available on your mech. Notice that the weapons are arranged into groups, numbers 1 through 6. The most important of these groups are 1, 2, and 3. The first weapon group typically contains a lot of fast, short-range weapons. It's good for taking out smaller targets or for softening up enemy mechs. I want you to fire weapon group 1 now. Good. You'll notice that when you fired your weapons, a set of yellow bars moved across the weapons display. These bars indicate how much time is left before you can fire each weapon again. The second weapon group is typically comprised of missiles. Missiles can be very powerful offensive weapons. Most missiles are also capable of acquiring a target lock. If you hold your targeting reticle over the target for a short time, your targeting computer will acquire a lock and will guide your missiles to the destination. Fire your second weapon group now. The third weapon group is your big punch. This group consists of large weapons which recharge slowly but inflict a lot of damage. Use this when you have a clear shot at your target or when you're aiming at something big. Fire your third weapon group now. Okay, the last topic we need to cover is the Alpha Strike. An Alpha Strike is when you fire all your weapons simultaneously. Perform an Alpha Strike now, and we'll move on to the next part of your training. In this phase of the exercise, I want you to get used to maneuvering your mech and firing your weapons. There are a half dozen fuel tanks in the area. Destroy them all. Now follow me to the next training area. It's just south of here and is the new nav point in your display. Well done. You probably also noticed that you can walk into the fuel tanks to destroy them. With the next set of tanks, I want you to try to destroy them as quickly as possible, using a combination of ramming and weapons fire. Not bad. Looks like there might be hope for you after all, Private. The next lesson is controlling your camera view. You've seen that it's possible to view your mech both from an interior cockpit view and from an exterior view. I've been controlling your view up till now, but it's time for you to handle that yourself. Switch your camera view to the inside of your cockpit and then toggle back to an outside view again. Consult your training manual if you need to. Good. Now I'm going to show you how the targeting system works. There's a Calliope turret on the hillside just to the east of here. An image of the turret appears in the lower left corner of your display. When you face toward the turret, a target indicator will appear around the turret on your display. When you're not facing toward the turret, you'll see an arrow on the left or right side of your display, indicating which direction you need to turn to face your target. There's also an ammo truck on the ground not far from the Calliope turret. Go ahead and toggle your display until the ammo truck appears in the targeting display. Good. Now take a look at your radar at the bottom of your display. Friendly units show up as blue dots. Hostile units are displayed as red dots. If you look carefully, you'll see that one of those blue dots represents me. You should also see that a rectangle appears around the unit that is set as your current target. I want you to cycle through your enemies again. Switch to the ammo truck, and then back to the Calliope again, and notice how the highlighting changes. Now it's time to blow up that Calliope turret. The next important feature of your mech is the zoom control. Very often in combat, you'll be fighting enemies at a long distance. You'll find that the zoom feature makes it much easier for you to target your enemies from a distance. Good. You found it. Now I want you to take aim at the turret. When you have it in your sights, go ahead and take it out. Good job.
Destroyed.
There's only one lesson before we move on to the third part of your training. The vertical bar on the left side of the radar is your heat indicator. The battle mech comes equipped with the most sophisticated weapons available to the human race, and they generate a lot of heat. You'll need to learn to pay close attention to the heat indicator so your mech doesn't get too hot and shut down. I've kept your heat indicator turned off until now. Now it's time to get used to it. In order for you to see the effect that heat can have on a mech, I'm going to simulate
Heat level critical. Shut down imminent.
This is not something you would want to do in an actual combat situation, but it's better to see it for the first time here than in a hostile environment. Now you know what to avoid. It's time for the next part of your training. Follow me to the next training area. Alright, I've turned on all the capabilities of your mech. From here on out, your Shadowcat is fully under your control. Take out all the vehicles you find in this area.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Warning.
Good.
Exceeding
You've got the
recommended
hang of
level.
it.
Target
I'm going
destroyed.
to leave you now to complete the remainder of the objectives on your own. I'll return when you've completed them all. All of the enemies you're about to face will be vehicles remotely piloted from the training HQ. No matter how realistic they might seem, keep in mind that these are unmanned vehicles, and do not hesitate to take them out. Good luck.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Warning.
Target destroyed.
Hostile unit on base. All personnel are to evacuate immediately.
There's a hostile mech in the base. I'm outside my mech, and I need you to hold it off until I can get back to my mech and power up.
This is part of the training, right?
No, this is not part of the training. It's going to take me a few minutes to get back, and you're the only one in the field right now. The enemy should be in your targeting display. Hold him off for as long as possible. I'll join you in a few minutes. Take him out if you can.
What's an enemy mech doing here? I thought this was a secure area.
He's an enemy POW who broke into one of our training mechs. He shut down comm systems so we can't remotely disable him. Be careful. This guy knows what he's doing.
Roger that, Lieutenant.
Warning.
I'll try to hold him off as long as I can.
Warning. Approaching critical heat level.
Good
Target
work. That
destroyed.
was a bad situation and you handled it very smoothly. I think you have a very bright future ahead of you, and I'm going to recommend you for an immediate promotion.
Thank you, sir.
Now that you know the basics, consult your field manual for advanced combat and tactical data. Your field manual describes in detail how to use threat indicators, damage displays, and rangefinders. I suggest you study up before deploying in a hot combat zone.